U.S. Sentencing Commission released proposed guideline changes January 2026 that could send gun owners to federal prison for 15 to 30 years for violations most don't know are crimes. If you've owned firearm after certain misdemeanor convictions, used firearm for self-defense during confrontation, or possessed gun while using marijuana even in legal states, these new federal sentencing guidelines dramatically increase prison time for Section 922G, prohibited persons possession, and Section 924C, firearm use charges. Federal prosecutors weaponize against law-abiding gun owners. Responding to inconsistent sentencing where identical violations receive 2 years in one district and 20 years in another, U.S. Sentencing Commission proposed standardized guidelines submitted to Congress January 2026, establishing mandatory minimum enhancements, eliminating downward departures judges previously granted, and creating new aggravating factors stacking additional years onto sentences. These changes directly motivated Elite Precision versus ATF lawsuit filed January 20th, 2026 in Northern District of Texas, challenging entire federal firearm regulatory framework as unconstitutional overreach. Subscribe because understanding federal sentencing guideline changes affecting 922G and 924C prosecutions, how Elite Precision lawsuit challenges federal firearm enforcement, and public comment period ending March 2026 could determine whether you face decades in federal prison for violations you didn't know existed. Section 922G makes it federal crime for prohibited persons to possess firearms, felons, domestic violence misdemeanants, unlawful drug users, mentally adjudicated, dishonorably discharged, renounced citizenship, restraining order subjects, fugitives. Section 924C mandates additional consecutive sentences when firearm used or carried during violent crime or drug trafficking. Both enforced inconsistently. Southern District, New York gives average 18-month sentence for 922G, while Western District, Texas gives average 8 years for same violation. U.S. Sentencing Commission drafted new guidelines January 2025 to 2026 to eliminate inconsistency by establishing uniform sentencing ranges, mandatory enhancements, and restricted judicial discretion. Public comment period opened January 15, 2026. Congressional review required before November 2026 implementation. Let me break down current law and inconsistent sentencing, proposed guideline changes, Elite Precision lawsuit challenging enforcement system, and what gun owners must do during comment period. Number 1. Current law and inconsistent sentencing. Section 922, G, 18 U.S.C. Section 922, G, prohibits 9 categories from possessing firearms. 1. Felons. 2. Fugitives. 3. Unlawful drug users. 4. Mentally adjudicated. 5. Illegal aliens. 6. Dishonorably discharged. 7. Renounced citizenship. 8. Restraining orders. 9. Misdemeanor domestic violence. Violation. Up to 10 years federal prison. Base offense level 20 equals 33 to 41 months, with enhancements for criminal history, number/type of firearms. Inconsistent sentencing. Texas defendant. Prior felony assault. 15 years old. AR-15 at home, 96 months. New York defendant, prior felony drug possession, 20 years old. Handgun at home, 18 months. Same statute, 5.3 times sentencing difference based on geography. Section 924C, 18 U.S.C. Section 924 NA-C mandates consecutive sentences when firearm used or carried during violent crime or drug trafficking. 5 years, first, 7 years, brandished, 10 years, discharged, 25 years, second/subsequent. Sentences stack consecutively. Example, drug trafficking 10 years plus first 924, C, 5 years plus second, 924, C, 25 years equals 40 years total. Inconsistent interpretation, use or carry varies by circuit. Ninth Circuit, active use required. Fifth Circuit, mere possession sufficient. California defendant might avoid 924C for gun in safe during drug sale. Texas defendant gets 924C for identical facts. Number 2. Proposed guideline changes and impact. 922G changes. Increase base offense level from 20 to 24, plus 15 to 20 months. New mandatory enhancements, plus 4 levels if loaded, plus 18 to 24 months, plus 4 levels if semi-auto with detachable magazine, plus 18 to 24 months, plus 6 levels if multiple firearms, plus 30 to 37 months, plus 8 levels if stolen or obliterated serial, plus 41 to 51 months. Eliminates safety valve reduction for minimal criminal history. New aggravating role enhancement, if possession connected to any other criminal activity, plus 2 to 4 levels, plus 6 to 16 months. 924C changes. Expand use or carry to include constructive possession, firearm anywhere defendant had access. Eliminate requirement, government prove defendant new firearm present, ignorance no defense. Create stacking presumption. Multiple 924C counts in single indictment presumed to stack unless defendant proves separate episodes, reversing burden. New enhancements. Plus 5 years if ghost gun, plus 5 years if equipped with brace or binary trigger, plus 10 years if assault weapon. Impact. Current median 922. G. 40 months, 3.3 years. Proposed median 84 months, 7 years, 110% increase. Current median 924. C. 60 months, 5 years. Proposed median 120 months, 10 years, 100% increase. With multiple priors, enhanced 922 G could reach 180 to 240 months, 15 to 20 years. With multiple 924 C, count stacking, total sentences could reach 50 to 80 years. Retroactivity. Proposed guidelines apply to all offenses sentenced after November 2026, but Commission considering retroactive application to defendants currently serving, allowing resentencing under harsher guidelines. Number 3. Elite Precision versus ATF lawsuit. Case background. Elite Precision Firearms, LLC, Texas FFL/manufacturer, filed lawsuit January 20th, 2026, Northern District of Texas, Fort Worth, challenging constitutionality of entire ATF enforcement system. Names ATF AG Merrick Garland, U.S. Sentencing Commission as defendants, consolidated with challenges from Gun Owners of America, Firearms Policy Coalition, Second Amendment Foundation. Legal claims. 1. ATF rulemaking exceeds statutory authority under Administrative Procedure Act and Major Questions Doctrine, citing West Virginia versus EPA. 2. Sentencing Commission guideline changes constitute criminal legislation reserved to Congress under non-delegation doctrine. 3. Section 922G3, unlawful drug users, violates Second Amendment post-Bruin because marijuana users in legal states are law-abiding citizens. 4. Section 924C, stacking constitutes cruel and unusual punishment under Eighth Amendment when producing 50-plus year sentences. 5. ATF Form 4473. Question 21.E violates Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination by forcing gun purchasers to admit federal crime. Elite Precision Facts. Company manufactured AR-15 pistols with stabilizing braces, complying with ATF determination letter stating braces legal. ATF reversed position 2023 requiring NFA registration. Elite Precision refused, arguing ATF cannot criminalize previously legal conduct through regulatory change. ATF threatened criminal prosecution under 922G. Possessing unregistered NFA items makes person prohibited, and 924C. Manufacturing constitutes use during commercial activity. Elite Precision faces potential 10-year 922G plus 25-year 924C sentence for continuing to manufacture products that were legal when company started. Venue and judge, filed in Fort Worth Division, known for gun rights-friendly rulings. Judge Mark Pittman, Trump appointee, assigned. Pittman previously enjoined ATF pistol brace rule nationwide. Enjoined ATF ghost gun rule. Legal observers expect favorable preliminary injunction blocking guideline changes pending trial. Timeline. Preliminary injunction hearing March 15, 2026. If granted, would prevent November 2026 implementation. Trial on merits estimated late 2026/early 2027. Appeals to Fifth Circuit, conservative likely, could reach Supreme Court by 2028. Number 4. Public comment and gun owner action. Public comment period, January 15th to March 31st, 2026. Commission received 47,000 plus comments, 98% opposing. Comments cite disproportionate minority impact, injustice of lifetime bans for old nonviolent felonies, marijuana users in legal states facing charges, 924C, stacking creating life sentences, commission exceeding authority. Congressional review. Commission submits to Congress by May 1st. Congress has 180 days to reject through joint resolution. If no action, amendments automatically effective November 1st. Gun Owners of America submitted 20,000-word comment. Firearms Policy Coalition organized 40,000 plus individual submissions. Second Amendment Foundation submitted legal memorandum arguing separation of powers violation. Action steps. 1. Submit comment before March 31st. Federal Register docket. Write personal story. Effective comments. Cite specific guidelines. Section 2, K 2.1, Section 2K 2.4. Explain unjust results. Felony drug conviction 20 years ago. Rehabilitated. Now face 15 years for home defense gun. Challenge retroactivity. 2. Contact congressional representatives. Urge joint resolution rejecting amendments. Talking points. Commission legislating penalties. Congress never enacted. Enhanced 922G punishes decades-old nonviolent felonies. 924C, stacking creates life sentences disproportionate to conduct. 3. Support elite precision. Donate to GOA FPC SAF Legal Defense. Monitor Northern District Texas docket. Case number 4:26-CV-00089. 4. Understand risks. Review 9 prohibited categories. Convicted of any felony ever, misdemeanor domestic violence, marijuana user in legal state, restraining order? If yes, possessing firearms is federal felony up to 10 years, potentially 15 to 20 under proposed guidelines. Possessing firearm during confrontation could be charged as used during crime of violence. 5. Restore rights if possible. Federal, presidential pardon, rare, or ATF disability relief, unfunded. State, felony expungement or restoration. If state restores, federal 922G may be lifted. Consult firearms rights attorney. 6. Never lie on Form 4473. Question 21 asks prohibited status. Lying is separate federal crime. 18 U.S.C. Section 922A, 6, 10 years. Admitting marijuana use or old felony means dealer denies sale. Creates impossible choice, admit and can't buy, or lie and commit felony. 7. Avoid 924C traps. Carrying firearm during confrontation, road rage, bar fight, domestic dispute. Risks prosecution charging confrontation as assault plus 924C for firearm possession, creating 5-year mandatory minimum on top of assault sentence. Bottom line. U.S. Sentencing Commission proposed guideline changes January 2026, dramatically increasing federal sentences for 922G and 924C. Current law, 922G, prohibits 9 categories: felons, domestic violence misdemeanors, drug users, etc., up to 10 years. 924C adds mandatory consecutive sentences, 5 to 25 years, when firearm used during violent crime or drug trafficking. Inconsistent sentencing, 18 months in New York, 96 months in Texas for same violation. Proposed changes, increase 922G, base level 20 to 24, plus 15 to 20 months. New enhancements, loaded, plus 18 to 24, semi-auto, plus 18 to 24, multiple firearms, plus 30 to 37, stolen/obliterated, plus 41 to 51. Expand 924C. Use or carry to constructive possession. eliminate ignorance defense, stacking presumption, enhancements, ghost guns, plus 5 years, braces/triggers, plus 5, assault weapons, plus 10. Current median 922 G, 40 months. Proposed 84 months, 110% increase. Current 924 C, 60 months. Proposed 120 months, 100% increase. Elite Precision versus ATF. Filed January 20th, 2026, Northern District, Texas. Challenges ATF enforcement and commission authority. Claims ATF exceeds authority. Guidelines violate non-delegation. 922 G, 3 violates Second Amendment. 924 C, stacking, violates 8th Amendment. Form 4473 violates 5th Amendment. Judge Pittman assigned. Preliminary injunction hearing, March 15th. Could block implementation. Public comment. January 15th to March 31st, 2026. 47,000 plus comments, 98% opposing. Commission submits to Congress May 1st. Congress has 180 days to reject. If no action, effective November 1st, 2026, automatically. Gun owners. Submit comment by March 31st citing personal impact. Contact representatives. Support Elite Precision Defense. Understand 922 G/924 C risks. Explore rights restoration. Never lie on Form 4473. Avoid 924 C stacking. Subscribe because federal sentencing guideline changes threaten gun owners with decades in prison and understanding comment period, Elite Precision lawsuit, and legal risks determines your protection. Federal sentencing changes could send gun owners to prison for 15 to 30 years. Submit comments before March 31st.